Oh, looks like you're streaming now. Yeah, okay.
Okay, good.
And we're back.
Yeah, I used vanish. I put on my invisibility cloak. It's annoying when it happens, like I can't even tell, like it doesn't tell me that I don't have internet.
Yeah, I was saying something and then I heard a boop boop. And I was like, well, actually it didn't happen like that. I think it was
Especially it's weird when I hear you saying, did the stream die? Like, why do I still hear you once
no,
it's
and then
actually died?
when I said it, I was like, no one can actually hear me. But I'm happy now that someone did.
I heard you.
Yeah, how can you hear me and not like you're not able to reply? That's weird.
I don't know. It was super weird then. At that time when Matt was on.
So you're
well.
a ghost. I can hear you and I can communicate.
That's what it felt like. Good old internet.
Getting ghosted.
Yeah.
Minder is also prone to cutting out randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the difference is we won't know about this. Well, you're gonna know about us when we go.
Yeah, we'll try calling. I think it's Vodafone. See if they can do anything about it.
Ooh,
Oh,
thank you. It was Mipia. If you don't mind, how did you discover us? Because I assume most people discover us from the trailer or whatever, but apparently you didn't.
I'm guessing it was through Twitch.
It was the Twitter or something? Maybe Twitch, maybe. It's almost afternoon in here. What are you guys gonna have for lunch? I'm gonna have the same thing I'm having every day, which is... Am I actually? No, today I switched it up. Having chicken and the steamed broccoli.
I switched it up. I'm having chicken again.
Well, yeah, because I'm having chicken and steamed broccoli.
Always
well,
chicken.
No, because for lunch I had some kind of lasagna, but instead of pasta, it had courgette, and my sister made this, so that was kind of nice. It was like, you know that thing in pasticcio, like the top layer of it that is kind of like moussy or bechamel. Yeah, so it had some bechamel too.
Isn't that kind of like not allowed?
Could have had some gameplay to add more hype. You're talking about the trailer.
That's just the trailer. We will do a gameplay trailer.
And also we do have a demo that's out that you can actually have, 100% gameplay if you want. But I kind of agree with you. But the trailer that you're seeing was actually done as part of a Kickstarter. So it was mostly like animation and not really programmed in. So it wasn't like us recording footage of the game. It was literally us animating.
Yeah, the only gameplay we would have had was from the demo itself.
Yeah. It was very exciting, that part, to add to the trailer. It was nice for a couple of frames, but which we did that. And this area I'm doing is from the trailer. I'm drawing right now, but I'm enlarging it a little bit. So we need to reuse the space later and add some extra things. Testing it out visually. I was just browsing the pixel art and game dev sections. I love looking at the process and meeting people with the same passion. Oh, nice! Thank you. Thanks for joining our chat and being so vocal in here, so that we know you're here. That's cool.
Yeah, I know.
Is that Sarah? How does this happen? Is it like, do you put hashtags on Twitch or is it from Twitter?
What do you mean?
Oh wow! Thanks, Ozzy. Thanks for the press conference there. Thank you. Some all this stalking paid off, or is it?
I need to make a bot that can do that. But why do I need a bot when we've got Aussie? I should call it Aussie Bot. No, our bot should be called Beep Boop. Oh my gosh, I need to make a. I need to make
a Beeple bot.
Yeah, a bot for sure.
I am the Beeple bot. BBD Babadi Boop. Okay, that's kind of okay.
What am I doing? 2, 3. Same.
My hate basket is saved for Costas only. Sarah, why? Like Beeple bot, it should happen.
Yeah, definitely.
The Beeple bot. I feel like.
Wait, was Ozzy's insinuating that I was hating on him then?
Yes.
I wasn't. I literally meant, why do I need like a super helpful Beep Boop when we have a super helpful Aussie? I meant it as a good thing, if that's what you meant.
Yeah, but to be fair, Ozzy is a little bit damaged still.
No, he's not. Spaceman's arm is so long here. Seriously can't tell what's going on.
Well, how would we know? We have never seen you talk or up close, so might as well be a poorly programmed bot. Ozzy goes in the corner crying. That's his computing algorithm telling him to do. I'm a bot. How else am I here so often on a Wednesday morning? That's true. I mean, there's a pandemic too, so that probably holds people in to do things they wouldn't do normally. Like programming an Aussie bot. I too am a bot. Oh wow, we have so many bots in chat. Openly admitting that they're bots. So I wonder if bots are it's easy for them to admit they're bots, but what if they go on a website where it says that you have to click I'm not a bot? That's probably why they can't click it, because they always have to say the truth, right? And then they click I'm not a bot, and they're just like, oh no, my programming. Oh, the Aussie bot is telling you to hydrate. According to
thanks, I was gonna say, I'm like...
Thank you, what a nice bot. Where's my water? Oh, it's over there.
Drying up, yeah.
Have I shown you guys my Dutch water bottle? Okay, look.
Specifically Dutch.
It's gonna blow your mind. Yeah, because
I think you've shown me before.
I've shown you before. Have I?
You told me about it or something, yeah. It's a cup or something, right?
So there's a cup. It has a fun, fancy design. It has water in it. But look, you open it like this to drink. I demonstrate me drinking. And then, if you have something else that's not water, you open it from here. And look at this. You ready to get your minds blown? It's a cup. It's you have a cup, and then you can pour it in.
So
you can drink.
How is it closed from the bottom? Because
bottom.
you drink from the bottom of the cup, right?
Because so this is the cup, but this is the wait. This is the top of it. This is the cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, get it? And this is like how the cup holds.
Oh, so the little bottom of the cup is what you take off to drink out.
Yeah, the bottom of the cup is basically the cap.
You take it.
The
Oh,
whole
yeah.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and it becomes also like the base of it. So I got this, and I also got a thermos of this, which makes a lot more sense because you would need a cup for coffee probably.
I was gonna say,
like,
do
going
you
like that
do
on
you-
like fucking scorched coffee?
That's
Yeah,
good.
if I put like wine here or something, then it would be I'm not gonna drink it like that. I guess I'm gonna have it like.
Wouldn't that make the bottle like smell of wine for like ever?
I mean, you should wash it, I guess.
I tend
eventually,
to
or
like
put it in the
only
dishwasher,
use my
but
water thing for water.
it's for days when you're feeling extra fancy. That's true, and
Yeah.
that's why I also.
Why does it
tend
feel
to do
like
that.
this
That's
is
why
like
I also
some,
raise my little finger like this when I drink.
it's like
Extra fancy.
Costa's shopping channel, like
I'm
advertising
not
different
selling this.
products.
I'm just I'm flexing my water bottle. But I hope I did a pretty good presentation. It's called Doper with 2 P's.
Like it's a doppelganger.
And it's very popular in the Netherlands. It's funny because like even if I see like a tourist here having this, I'm like, oh, they're Dutch, like because that's the only people that use that. And that's what I'm talking about. Yup.
Save me, everyone.
You're talking to an army of bots. No one's gonna save you. It's not programmed that.
These dinosaurs were ridiculous.
I feel like it's kind of it.
You're done?
Well, I mean, as a first theory thing, that should work.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
It looks good. I can't see to the right because of your camera. Oh, I can if I actually looked at
Yes, but I'm sharing my screen with you. You
I
have the
know, but
best
I'm,
camera
like, I
of
got
them all.
so many windows open. Yeah, that's much better with the steps on the side.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, I was bothered because if you would go to this scene, where's my red box? If you would go, so yeah. By the way, this red box is supposed to be the camera. Moving it here. Fine. Okay. Yeah, if I moved it here to have like a scene here where the camera is, I didn't want to get like some of the steps because that would be a bit not nice framing.
Yeah.
So that's far better now. Yeah, and everywhere I move it, it feels like a nice screen. Fine. Things are gonna happen here. The entrance is big enough for things to come in later. I feel like. Watching those tiny dinos all over Mark and the Amazon reminds me, did Costas bought some extra mosquito tablets? Yeah, of course I did. Wait.
Have you bought
I bought enough. I bought enough for 2 months. I bought 30 plus 30. So we're done for 2 months for now. And actually, since I got them, I've been like, it's amazing. I don't have any mosquitoes waking me up. So fuck mosquitoes. Thanks for remembering my mosquito problem. Aussie bot. Like how Aussie was helpful enough to like post all the links, and now we're just like talking shit about them all the time. Yeah, they have 30 plus 30 extra. Maybe they had like an offer because the end of the summer means less mosquitoes, but apparently not in this neighborhood. They didn't get the memo here. Yeah, the other thing I didn't show you is like I also bought this extra little ring here. Oh no, is the stream working? Are you here, Sarah?
Right, yeah. Oh, it's
Okay.
gone a bit red.
I have this extra ring here, so I can like attach it to like a bag or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not done with selling my bottle. So excited about my bottle.
Would you ever do that?
Yeah, I do. I have it in my backpack because I'm on my bike. So when I put like all my stuff on my bag, then I have it hanging out. And I haven't shown you my thermos yet, so that's maybe on the next stream.
Great, something to look forward to.
Exactly. Also, I didn't tell you the best part. Like I've lost. Like I'm so happy because this bottle I've lost it for months. I thought I literally convinced myself that it was lost.
Where was
And
it?
then I was looking. I was like cleaning my room kind of, and I found like one of the bags I had from when I was going to the gym, which was like before the first quarantine, which was like back in March. And then I looked into the bag, and it was like, holy shit, this is there, because I haven't touched this bag since I went to the gym, because everything closed down since then, and I stopped going to the gym. And I was like, wow, I remember the days when I was packing this, and there it was, with some extra, with some leftover water from back then, from like half a year ago, which didn't taste too bad. No,
you actually drank it?
No.
What the heck?
So after this, the next part that I want to paint, that's kind of like the most important at the moment, is the village square. And if I do this, and that, then I think everything else is much easier. Now the nice thing is like I can take this background and then I can like make a new layer later, and I can like do all the extra details that would happen if like there was a new scene, like a new chapter.
Yeah.
And I think that would help immensely. But Sarah, I might need a couple more days than the Friday I said.
Yeah.
And I'm not going as fast as I should, but I feel like there's progress.
We first started working on Theropods in 2015, where we made a game jam, so it's not working on the full game. And then Costas, when did we do the Kickstarter? 2019?
Last year, yeah.
So at the end of last year, we did a Kickstarter to... So before that, I guess we were working on the trailer and the demo to get ready for the Kickstarter. So since the Kickstarter, we've been working on it. Well, no, technically, I guess the beginning of this year, we've been working on it full time.
Full time?
And it is Costas and I. So Costas does the writing, the rough art and design, and we design he does the main designing of the puzzles, and we sort of put our heads together for that. And then I take his rough animations, and then I turn it into the pixel art. So I do the pixel art for the characters, I do the programming. Then we have Matt Frith, who is our background artist. So all those really nice backgrounds you see in the trailer is by him. Then we have Zach, who does our music and sound effects. And then at the moment, we only have one voice actor, Tiana, who does the voice for the Amazon. So yeah,
about 70% of the work, I would say, is me and Sarah, right? at the moment, at least.
Yeah.
So not everyone's working at the same time because me and Sarah need to like do the whole bulk of the game, and then sound, music, and everything else that ties it up together is the rest of the team. Although Matt has a lot more work than the sound people.
Oh yeah, sorry. Matt is doing the backgrounds, but he's also doing the programming
Some
for
coding.
the action sequences.
Yeah, we have some playable action sequences. Like you could see a couple in the trailer. Not sure if it looked like they were playable, but
like
they
flying on the pterodactyl, running.
Like Sarah is
in the
actually
jungle.
animating one of the action sequences now.
Oh yeah. Not.
So it's to answer your question again, it's taking us a few years, but it's been a journey because we first started this as a game jam. Like we started like making a small game in 2 weeks, and then we were like, hey, let's make a bigger game. People like it. And then it took us ages to prepare a Kickstarter, and then we launched the Kickstarter, and then we got some money, and then we got a fund. So we slowly started picking up, more people getting interested in the game, and we had a little more time to like figure out what we want to do and how to do it. And it's been a process, especially like before the Kickstarter when we were deciding how to make the game, because we worked with a bunch of programmers, as Sarah was saying earlier, and it didn't pan out exactly the way we wanted it, and we didn't have any money to pay anyone, so we kept like having programmers like dropping and leaving. So we were a bit frustrated about that, but Sarah decided to like learn how to code by herself, thankfully, and she did. And now we're kind of like self-sufficient on that aspect. So that's kind of super nice. Fact is, though, we weren't like paying anyone else to work on the team, but then we actually got money, and now we can pay them. So that's kind of awesome. That people were like trusted us enough to like stick with us, and now it's like we can finally pay them back.
That's why, I mean, it's understandable we had problems with programmers because we weren't able to pay them, and it's.
I get that, but also like it's not like we promised them, hey guys, come here and we're gonna pay you, and then we were like, psych, we're not. It's like it's an understanding, I guess, among indie games, but I can understand also, having a bad experience with someone who's just like doesn't have any idea how to finance the game and just like over promising things. It's also the fact that we also got like programmers who were like, they didn't have a huge experience, but they were willing to learn. So we understood that, and we let them do their thing, because first of all, we wanted them to enjoy themselves if they were doing it for free. And then it proved to be too big of a task, I guess, for most.
Hey, we want people
in their own words
to enjoy themselves no matter what.
No, I mean enjoy yourself as in like, because usually when I work with people and I can't pay them, like in a film or something, especially in a film where you can't do it all by yourself, you need people. I try to not be, I'm not, I know it's my vision or whatever, or my film, but I'm not trying to be as controlling with this, because I know everyone's like, should first and foremost have fun and like, experience, play around with things. So I'm having like a really, I'm just like, my first priority is for people to enjoy it while they do it and not do it as a chore, because if you do it as a chore and you're not be getting paid, then what the fuck is the point? I usually try to pay back at least my friends who work with me in like other stuff, as in like art, or mainly art.
Yeah.
Definitely not sex, the way I was phrasing this.
I didn't even think of that.
Find other ways to pay them.
No,
I'm a bit confused with how Kickstarter works exactly. Would having one be necessary when trying to be an indie dev?
Kickstarter is definitely not necessary. Thanks for the follow. I don't want to say your name.
I don't want to see your name as the name.
Moises J.
I'm gonna see it in a sec.
Sorry, but thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, that a Kickstarter isn't necessary at all. Like so with Kickstarter,
I can't pronounce this. Sorry. Horrible.
So with Kickstarter, like you ask for a certain amount of money, and even if you get your goal, you make that money. People think you're getting that chunk of money, but you're not, because a big chunk of it gets taken off from Kickstarter themselves and like payment processing. Then if you have physical rewards, it's kind of better not to, because then there's postage, the cost to make them, like you might have like underpriced that. So you don't get all the money that you get from Kickstarter, and also the money you get from Kickstarter can never fund, I mean, it's very unlikely to fund a full project. Like, the amount we got has been able to fund like part of it. Like, we still had to look for funds elsewhere as well.
Yeah, I think the question is a little bit different though. It was asking, as in like, do you absolutely need money to make a game? I guess is what it boils down to.
Oh,
Maybe?
I thought he was saying, would you have to have a Kickstarter in order to make a game?
No, but I'm guessing that
Basically,
is a Kickstarter necessary boils down to, do you need to have money? Because I guess that's one source of money, so it's definitely not necessary. But
well, if you put it that way,
bottom line is that, I think, at least that's how I
whether
see the
you
question.
need money is totally up to your situation. If you don't need to, if you're able to like, a lot of people make games whilst they still have a full-time job and they do it in their free time. So in that situation, you don't need the money unless you need to pay somebody to do, to outsource things like your music, for example.
It usually has to go. Yeah, you can't expect Kickstarter to basically pay for your bills or whatever. Like, you have to expect it to finance your project. That's how we approached it. And to finance our project, we needed to pay some people to work on it. But also, I'm gonna say that other than the money for Kickstarter, another reason we did it is because you have to build a community and you have to let people know that you exist. So when eventually you make your game, then some people are going to know about this and you're going to have some kind of following.
The exposure from Kickstarter is good, but you also need to start building up start building up a social media presence like ASAP, because
before the Kickstarter, even
you
if
can't
you're doing
just put up a Kickstarter and hope that people find it. You just put in like a lot of work constantly during that month that you've got it up to market it. Your social
before
media...
we did ours, it took us a year and a half or two to like prepare for it. Not that we had to like wait for 2 years, but it kind of like naturally took us that much because we're kind of doing it on and off, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's going to take you 2 years, but we were kind of like we had some other priorities. Like, we wanted to make a demo, we wanted to make a trailer. That's why it took so long, because we're figuring these things out.
Which you don't necessarily have to do, but it's the social media presence that I think is really important, because those are the people that
social media you need to. Yeah.
Those are the people that you're going to be bringing to the Kickstarter mostly. Some people do find it on the actual Kickstarter page, and if you're lucky, you might get front paged on there. But you can't really rely on that. So yeah, you don't need to do a Kickstarter, and you don't need... No. You can even go with a publisher and get funding if you need the funding.
I would say you need to tell people you're making a game, first of all. Like, I think the worst thing you can do as a developer is like being really protective of your work and never saying everything, and be like, one day I will, when the game is done. Like, I don't think that you should do that. I understand, like, most people like don't produce perfect GIFs or whatever, or like images right away to share with the world, but you have to like keep in the back of your head that you have to get people interested in your game, and you have to like put the word out, because what if you finish your game and then you put it out and no one knows it exists, and you're not gonna like, it's gonna be too late then for this. That's why I think like just like sharing it with people is great. And also what really helped us is like when we took part in a game jam, we also got introduced into like the community of like people who are like similar to us, like on the same level of game design, that we're also making games we love. So we could like talk to them and bounce off ideas. And I think one of the best things that sharing your work will do for you is like put you in contact with like-minded people. And I think that was a big one for us too, because we saw that there's a community that supports each other and everyone's making their own games and they pump each other up. And that's one of the best things I discovered, at least for game design and for film. When I was doing films, that was one of the best things for me, was like meeting people who are like kind of like the same level as me and making games. Luckstuck saying, I found out about games almost exclusively through social media these days. Yeah, I know. Like, and especially that like, we're really focusing on Twitter because it's kind of like more friendly for indie games, I guess. That GIF looks cool, by the way, Sarah.
It's a bit
not GIF, for the animation.
It's a bit like, obviously the pink dinosaur gets camouflaged in the Amazon's hair, but once I change the color, it'll look better. better.
Lux like saying, I think it's smart when developers promote each other on Twitter and they're like, yeah, I know, like
definitely.
you kind of have to do it, I think, naturally, not like I must promote this person because it's going to do it for me. Like you kind of have to naturally like the other games, and we tend to do that. For our Kickstarter, we wanted to do that too because we thought if it would be nice to show our love for another project, and if they want to, they can show it back. It's not a given thing, but it's kind of nice to just show how you appreciate the other people making games too. And also the most fun we had was going to conferences like Adventure X or whatever and seeing playing the other games, talking to the developers there, before the virus, when you could actually meet people up close without fearing that you're gonna die or kill other people. But developer conferences are also amazing. Like we keep going to this event. Well, not anymore, but every year in November in London, there's this thing called Adventure X, which is like a convention only for adventure games. I think it's the biggest one in the world, isn't it? It just happens to be in London, which is amazing because we can go there.
Yeah.
A bigger one for adventure games. And we met a lot of people who we would never meet before because they were visiting from the US and Australia and Canada.
Yeah.
They were all adventure game developers and fans. And that was it's so inspirational to not only meet people who are on the same level as you, also meet people who are a few years ahead of you, so that you can see what kind of path you can have as a game designer. I mean, it's not like meeting Hideo Kojima and saying, wow, this guy's a god, I will never be at this level. You meet some people who are a year or two ahead of you, and you can sort of visualize what kind of steps you need to take, especially if you ask them and they tell you to and about a lot of stuff which are gray areas for us, what happens when you launch your game, what happens when you market your game, what happens when you port your game, things that we plan to do but we don't have experience because we haven't done them yet. It's amazing to get feedback from other people's journeys and see how they're doing it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Nathan is we ask Nathan a billion things all the time because he has launched the game already and he did really well, I think, and he ported it and everything else. I can't believe I summoned Nathan with this talk instead of my puns.
You said Adventure X.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Yeah, I miss Adventure X. It would have happened about literally... Actually, was it literally a year ago from now? Was it I remember flying on the 4th of November last year. And I think it was 5 and 6, right? Wasn't it?
Maybe. Does that mean that
Is it our anniversary? That we had this beer. I keep muting you when I'm doing audio editing. Sorry. Yeah, right. You call my puns audio editing now. Oh no, Kostas is a pun. It's time for some audio editing.
Does that mean that it's the game jam right now? And when does that start?
Let me see. Adventure X. 14th of November.
Oh, okay.
Like I was saying on the announcement that they pinned, it's a week long, and under it says it's 2 weeks now.
All right, I should probably go and start making my rice cakes.
Yeah, I was gonna check how long we've been streaming for, but we've been on and off all the
time. Since 1 o'clock, so 3 hours. 5 minutes.
But yeah, anyway, it was me, Pio. I don't know if we answered your question, but we don't want to overwhelm you. Just I would say find some people who you want to do a game with online. That's how we did, that are on the same level as you, and one of you can program, one of you can do the art or whatever, or find a friend of yours that can kind of have some skill. Force yourself to finish a game by entering a game jam, preferably not a 2-day one or a 2-week one, so you can have enough time to figure things out. And yeah, just take it from there. Just have the first experience of finishing something, no matter how bad it is. It's just even if you don't finish it or whatever, then you can regroup and see what lessons you learned.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be amazing.
I was gonna say I've done this with filmmaking. I joined not a jam but a 48-hour film contest, and I failed miserably. And I was I can either completely drop this film thing and never do it again, or I can see what the fuck I did wrong, and the next time I can ask someone to help me with that was really struggling, and do it a bit faster. Yeah, so it's nice if you can learn from the experience, because the goal is not to whatever, win an Oscar or whatever. It's to like finish something that you're kind of proud of. I think I'm gonna have many opportunities to go to game jams through. I'm from the Philippines. Yeah, but you don't have to go to game jams. They're all online. You work from your computer. And I don't think,
So,
Philippines is the least of your problem. The coronavirus is a problem to go anywhere.
So for Theropods, the game jam that we did for Adventure Jam, I was in the UK, Kostas was in Greece, and our programmer was in America. No, it wasn't. He was in... No, who did it?
He was in Finland.
He was in Finland. He was in Finland. Yeah.
We're actually all remote all the time when we work in the game.
We don't work together. Well, like in the physical.
We've never worked on the game in the same room. Maybe once. Actually, yeah, maybe for a week.
Yeah. Wow, you're one of those amazing people who can do everything.
Yeah, man, like, you're a one-man studio.
Yeah, I'd have a look at like online game jams. But even if not, if you have the discipline to like set yourself like a short deadline to like make a game, and that's like a short
Wait, I'm gonna...
game. Because I personally feel like our first game should have been a lot smaller.
There's a game jam next Saturday, by the way, so you can check this out. Sorry, Sarah, I keep interrupting you.
No, I was just trying to say that it probably would have been more sensible for us to do a smaller game as our first game to be released.
Yeah, I overscoped so much.
Yeah, just to have the experiencing of experiencing? Did I just say that? The experience of creating a game, and you learn like a heck of a lot more of things that you wouldn't have realized was involved in the process. Even from trying to do research, but yeah.
Ooh, it smells like something frying.
Because it smells food.
Yeah, smells good.
Speaking of food, I should go.
Speaking of food, goodbye. Food bye, everyone.
Food bye?
Yes.
Did you just say that?
Yes. Speaking of food bye. That was a perfect segue. Oh, this mosquito reminds me to put a tablet. I like how Ozzy didn't remind me to put a tablet. The mosquito reminded me. Sorry, sometimes I ignore bots out of habit. Ha! Sick burn. He's not even there. Nathan's muted us. Ozzy's putting out metaphorical fires, maybe firewalls or something. Hey, no problem.
Thanks for stopping by.
We're actually next time we're streaming. Actually, Sarah might stream tomorrow or something, right?
I am not sure. I could probably do with a little break and some like other things that I need to do as well. But
yeah, I'm gonna be around.
Costas has a job to go and do tomorrow, so we might not stream tomorrow. But normally
we have a lockdown here on Thursday.
Normally we stream every weekday at around the same time, like 1 o'clock GMT. I don't know what that is everywhere else, but yeah, stop by again. It's like nice having people in the chat to chat to.
Yeah, thank you. You can wish us good luck in a year from now too, when we actually release it. But it's gonna take a while. But yeah, feel free to join anytime. Now that you're following too.
Yeah, thanks for the new follows from you and everybody else.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of adventure games coming out, so maybe I'll download them and we can convince Sarah to play one or two.
It's just Pio. Pio? C3PO, Pio. Nice. Should try to remember that for next time.
Okay.
Can you write notes on people?
These are not the bots you're looking for, team.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah.
Nice animating, Sarah. I like this.
Yeah, it's good to actually get 2 animations done in a day compared to not getting any done because I'm doing one super long animation, the other one that I was doing.
Yeah, and I finished a pretty large background, which I'm proud of. So that was a productive stream.
Good job. Right. Goodbye, everybody, and see you on Monday. Maybe.
Yeah, Monday the latest, but might be tomorrow, I guess.
I don't know. We'll see how I feel. We'll see how I feel. But yeah.
Oh, thanks, Nathan.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.